teacups, what's brewing? Welcome back to the channel. Pleasure to have you here. We had a little bit of a break there. Last week we had some pretty severe weather stuff going on. I'm sure you've seen, well, I'm not sure you've seen, but I know it was covered in the media, the floods that were going on in Dubai, and then the flooding over Oman was also pretty serious. We were quite fortunate in my particular area, but we did have some quite large flooding nearby. So it was messing up school quite a lot because obviously students travel in. So, you know, it impacts what we can do. So things were up in the air a lot. We were doing a lot of extra work trying to get things sorted and get lessons covered and stuff. And then I just got back to full-time work, got back to regular schedule. Me and all the other teachers were just like crawling through the week, getting back to full-time. We suddenly feel like, even though I knew the end of year was coming, because this year has gone so fast, all of the stuff required for end of year kind of blindsided me. I felt like we shouldn't be this far on in the term. So I feel as tired as an end of academic year teacher tends to feel, even though the year also seems to have gone pretty fast, which is an odd juxtaposition of emotions. On top of that, Foodie has been irregular in that very special way she is. And her content hasn't really been much to cover. I don't actually think there's very much in here, but it's a small vlog, and at the very least it's an easy way to get back into the swing of things, because every time I thought, okay, I'll sit down and do a react, it was a lot of B footage, the lives didn't really have anything to hang your hat on. I was just like, it's not worth it. But we're here, we're back. Chantal is apparently back in Kuwait. So we're looking at the I traveled 20 hours from Canada to Kuwait vlog, and it will at least get us started and me back into the reacting mood. So let's get going.
Hi guys. So
Hi.
This little vlog is a mix of content of sorts. First up in this episode are clips from time spent with
In this episode of the show she's producing.
family, such as what I ate and did with them while in Canada. Just a few clips. I know I ate out a lot, but I also did have quite a few home-cooked meals, and what I will show you are just some of them. So it will look like more food obsession, but it's just clips from meals from different days in this.
It is food obsession. It's fine, but it's food obsession. Because when she says, I'm spending time with my family, we don't actually see her family. Now, I'm sure that's on purpose. They do seem to have been a lot stricter this time around in terms of, you may not show certain things, which is probably why she's releasing this stuff now. But they just don't want anything to do with the channel at this point, I would guess. I was also a little confused as to why she put this segment on the beginning, because why would you describe the clips that are about to come if you can just show the clips that are about to come and voice over as they go? And then I looked at the timing of this video, which is 8 minutes and 38 seconds, and I calculated, okay, the B-roll footage plus the cameo hawk plus the intro gets her over 8 minutes. Now, I have YouTube Premium, but if anyone out there doesn't, feel free to tell me how many ads she had in the video, because you can only put mid-rolls in after a certain point.
Particular case. So I hope you enjoy this video. I know you guys like when I share things like this, and for those of you who don't, that's okay too.
Don't think anyone needed your permission to not like it there. Oh, that's okay too. All right then.
Hopefully something will come up that you like.
Even though she's
So
not
the
doing
second
anything
part of this
different.
vlog will contain a few clips from my trip home. I will do a whole long and super thorough story time though about this trip.
When she says a story time, I'm assuming that means she doesn't have any more clips. Like, having clips of her actually doing the journey would get her a lot more views. Like, people want to see it, even if it's not the most interesting, it's also not the most dull. So to say, oh, I'm going to do a story time, did something happen? You didn't record anything. I'm guessing the trip was very difficult because she didn't book herself a second seat, but who am I to know?
One of these days, I just need to get reorganized over here. So yes,
Reorganized?
I'm back in Kuwait.
She's back in Kuwait, but reorganized? She had a bag of stuff, she's brought back a bag of stuff, she's gonna sit in the apartment and eat it. What's she reorganizing?
And so happy to be home with my husband and pets. Alright guys, get cozy and enjoy the show.
Okay. Oh, Buster. I appreciate so much how much this dog can't stand her presence in his life. That expression is all of us.
this underbite. You think I'm going to give you anything?
The secret is he doesn't actually have an underbite, he just can't stand her. That's his expression.
All right. Fine. What do you say? What do you say?
Shut up and give it to me.
You're such a good boy. Oh, you stink. Good boy. Now give him cheese.
The mum's listening in the background like, whatever it is, don't give it to him.
My lunch is cream of broccoli soup, homemade. My mom made crackers, cheese, and pickles.
Always with the pickles.
But I share the cheese with this guy because, well,
He'll eat your face if you don't. She's mostly made of cheese anyway.
he's cute. Even though he doesn't like me.
He really doesn't. Look at him.
Can I kiss?
Absolutely not.
So this is a delicious meal that my mom prepared for me one evening. And well, for me and my sister basically, but mashed potatoes, green beans, butter, an empty plate because I'm starving, and I love my mother's meatloaf. She makes the best meatloaf, I swear. That's where I learned how to make mine. And look, gravy moderation.
When she says moderation, she's got an entire measuring jug of gravy for, what was it, her and her sister? Let's see if she wastes that, shall we? I've got a feeling she didn't.
I'm going up for sure.
Definitely.
And yeah, I put a cheese slice and like a Kraft single on it. You gotta try it, it's a game changer. Don't knock it till you try it.
It's basically a burger with cheese, yeah?
Alright, one thing my family does traditionally is play a game called Pass the Ace. And I'm losing. I only have 2 chips left. But you basically don't want the ace card. You know, you want to pass the lowest card.
What gets me here is my family actually play cards quite a lot, and we play a game like this called Chase the Ace. And it's the same kind of idea, except if you get a king, you're kind of immune. That's your stop card, and you just put it on your forehead. That might be a family thing of ours, because you get it, you go, whoop, and then no one can swap with you because the king sticks. I don't know if it's a game everyone plays, but yeah, Chase the Ace. My family do this too.
Around the table, and then the dealer gets to cut. But guess why I keep losing my chips? Yeah, I'll show ya. I keep getting aces.
Don't worry, I'm sure she's got an excellent poker face.
Yeah, nice. This is for those who have ever felt like the black sheep. There you go.
God, she doesn't even seem interested in her own content, does she? I wonder if her family gave her this, whatever this is.
So I had lunch with my aunt one day, and look at what she made. Look at these fresh veggies.
That looks really nice.
With all kinds of dips: spinach dip, hummus, onion dip, cheese, some onion buns that were made with like spelt flour, and an amazing salad. Look at the feta cheese and olives.
How much dressing does she have on that?
Sir?
All of it is the answer.
Give me a kiss.
That dog could not be more unimpressed. Looked up at his name and was like, why are you bothering me? Not only is the answer no, it's an active rejection. Don't come near me.
Have a kiss.
The very idea displeases him.
Alright, Canada, you have a crisis. You have an issue with one-legged seagulls.
Canada does have a crisis, but it's currently holding the camera.
I mean, look at this poor seagull. I've seen so many seagulls with one leg. Sad, sad, sad miskeen.
I'm a little shocked she was able to focus on the seagulls as they were attacking her and she was throwing bread buns at them.
What's going on, Canada? Do something. Pizza. Cheese.
Bear in mind, this is clips with her family. At the moment, it seems like the dog's the only one who will tolerate the camera. And even that is, you know, not something he particularly seems keen on.
Pizza. Cheese.
Pizza and cheese is literally the 2 words she knows. It's the only thing in her head.
Squirrel? Kitty? I don't think so, buddy. Aww.
I don't think you're one to judge how people treat cats.
Oh, you sit beside me? I don't think you hate me.
I think he does.
Do you? Oh.
I think he does.
Do you?
I don't know what led him to go to her, but he looks 1 second away from wanting to bite her face off.
Can I kiss?
Look at him. It's like, get away.
Okay, fine. Okay. Bye-bye, Kia.
Odds that she did not clean that Kia out before she left.
Alright, now I'm on the bus to go to the Montreal airport. The bus is so affordable and so easy that I just always take it. Red-faced, but ready to go. I was bored waiting in line for 45 minutes, standing there waiting to drop my baggage off, so I thought it was a pretty cool idea just to get some shots of the Montreal airport. That was my gate in the 500s there for Qatar Airways, so I was just checking in and dropping my baggage. And yeah, it was a pretty big line, so I was just standing there all hot and huffy puffy as I normally do, with a good old CPAP here, and makeup all over my face like a little child, yeah.
I don't understand how she travels with eyeliner. It's the one thing I don't put on when I'm traveling. Not for long haul.
Got my boarding pass and passport.
Someone on Twitter was asking about the fact that it says Mrs. There's a lot of airlines that if you're a female, they'll just put Mrs. on. I've been called Mrs. on my flights a lot. Actually, last time I was called Mr. for some reason. So the point being that it really doesn't matter. As long as your name matches your passport, it's not going to matter.
This I keep very close to me. I'm paranoid. I had a lot of time to kill before my flight and I was starving. There was a St. Hubert's at the Montreal airport, but you know what the best thing about the St.
Before she tells us the best thing about the St. Hubert's, next time she complains that the cream cheese in a sandwich is causing her stomach to explode on a plane, on a busy plane, remember that this is what she has chosen to eat directly before the flight. I actively avoid spicy food and fast food before I get on a plane. Like the day or two before, you just try and eat cleaner so that you're comfortable. And remember that Chantal finds it very difficult to move on a plane. She's worried about the bathrooms and fitting on a plane. And this is what she's chosen to eat. Like, just set yourself up for success, my darling, in this one thing for the good of the other passengers.
Hubert's, guys, they have a gravy dispenser. It's unlimited gravy.
What was that she was saying about gravy moderation in the last clip?
Finally back in the Middle East.
Oh, sorry. And you cannot tell me, I'm still on the, like, such a big bill. You cannot tell me that having gone through this airport before, done this trip before, that she hasn't had these meals before getting on a plane. This will not be the first time. And she's only just had the stomach upset on the way to Canada this trip. So she's learned nothing.
Look at this fancy little souk kind of shopping area with like restaurants and the magic.
I'm assuming this is Qatar,
it's just really cool.
or wherever she's switched through.
The Middle East.
Did she switch through in Qatar or Bahrain? I can't remember.
You guys, I can't tell you how much I missed it, and I'm just so happy to be back here.
Finally, last leg. Doha to Kuwait.
Oh, Doha, yeah, so she's in Qatar. So was that all the footage we got? We got no footage of the long haul flight right after she ate that ridiculous meal and where it was likely more busy. She always goes for the window seat. I feel like she'd be more comfortable on the aisle. But then she would have to move for whoever's sitting next to her, so.
So the flight from Doha to Kuwait was like an hour and it was almost an empty flight.
I don't know how empty that flight was or if she was just filming it early or what, because it seems like she's right at the back of the plane. And wasn't she right at the back of the plane before? I'm presuming she's picking those seats because I guess she's hoping that people don't want to sit at the back of the plane, so it will be the last one to fill up. But especially with a short haul flight where there's several a day, it seems like they wouldn't fly the flight if it were that empty. Now, there's always exceptions. I've been on very quiet flights before, but in today's aviation business, it's going to cost them more to do this. And when you've got several flights going, you can just bump people to the next flight.
So it's really cool that I had like most of the plane to myself. And here we are in Doha right now, and we gotta pass Bahrain and going to Kuwait City, and there's Shiraz, Iran.
Oh, Salakam.
back home, honey. I miss you a lot.
Did he have to practice his lines first?
So how was the trip?
Very long, and I'm going to talk about it, but I'm just glad to be home.
Very long, and I'm going to talk about it. But no footage. What's the story? Someone in the comments tell me what they think happened on the trip that's going to be such an event. What was she told on the long-haul flight, or did the burger come back to haunt her? Who could have thought unlimited gravy before a flight could have caused any trouble?
Home sweet home.
I missed you.
Me too, a lot. So what do you think about the weather here, baby?
It's hot. The captain was saying it's 30 degrees.
Especially at the night time.
Yeah, the day it's like 40.
No, not that much.
I was going to say it's not there
It's like
yet.
54
It's
right now.
going to be.
We are
Oh,
here getting a cold juice for...
sorry, I tried to pause and it didn't happen. Currently in Oman, at least, we're looking at kind of 32, 33 in the day, but it's only going down to about 25, 26 at night. So that's the thing, really. At night, the temperatures don't drop as much as you think they will, and it's going to get worse. But all the rain that's been going through the region has kind of delayed the major onset of summer, but we are definitely seeing a turn.
my love.
It's 30 degrees out, it's nighttime. My favorite. Even on that,
Yeah.
Immediately juice for the diabetes. Great.
Lemon mint. Your juice, sweetheart. Well, have one. Away from the crowded.
For once. For a change, yeah.
Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this quick little vlog. It's all that I can get out of me right now. I'm so tired. So, I will have more content coming up for you guys. A lot more to come.
Something exciting to wait for. Look at the picture of her next to this writing. Look at it. Who's this? Whose skin is this? Anyway, let's leave it there. Short and I guess not that sweet, but there we are. So Chantal is promising content, is promising stories. I think chances are it's just going to be linked to the fact that she did not book enough space for herself on the plane, and therefore, of course, it was an uncomfortable flight. But we shall see. She is back. I was going to be a bit sad about the fact that she went back to Kuwait, but I mean, the Canada content wasn't exactly it, was it? Although if she had seriously wanted to stay and had been going through all the things she would need to do to stay in Canada, I think it would have been a bit more interesting. I also think at some point she may end up doing the border hopping she's doing now in a different country. So she's been talking about Malaysia recently. I think maybe they're looking for somewhere cheaper to live than Kuwait, where they can go and do the touristing for 3 months and hop in and out the way that she's doing here. But there is the thought then of, I don't know Salah's status, but if he leaves Kuwait, does he have the ability to come back in? We're not entirely sure. Like, when this eventually breaks down, what are his options without her? We don't know. His motivations have always been a little bit harder. At first it was very much romance scam, away into Canada, but she can't provide that, so it's something to think about. But she put this out the other day, so that means her next visa hop will be sometime late in July, I guess, if I'm doing that right. I'll check that math. But sometime in late July, I'm guessing. And I think we will see another sudden impromptu trip, because they love to travel, you guys. And I guess we'll see where that goes. All right, everybody, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.